Hello students, good morning. In today's class we will discuss one very important topic from determinants, and that is solving linear equations of 2 and 3 variables. So in CBSE board exam, one question is certain, and that is solving the linear equation using the matrix method. So to get 6 marks, you have to solve these equations of 2 and 3 variables. So for year 2020, the consistency and inconsistency of these linear equations are not in your syllabus, but still I will explain you how to check the consistency, how to write a system of linear equation in matrix form. Okay, and then how to get the value of 2 variables and 3 variables. Mainly two type of questions are there. In first type of questions, you have to solve the equation of 2 variables using the matrix method, and second type, solving the linear equations of 3 variables using matrix method. So first of all, I will tell you how to express 2 variable equations in the form of matrix. So suppose your equation is given ax plus by equal to c, or I can take it as a1x plus b1y is equal to c1 is the one 2 variable equation is given, a2x plus b2y equal to c2 is the second 2 variable equation is given. Now how to express this in the form of matrix? So see guys, first of all we'll write a matrix A. This is a matrix of the coefficients of x and y. Coefficients of x and y. So you see what are the coefficients of x and y? In first equation, it is a1 and b1 are the coefficient of x and y. And second equation, a2 and b2 are coefficients of x and y. So this A matrix is the matrix of the coefficients of x and y. So I will write it is matrix of coefficients of x and y. This is matrix A. Now second one matrix, I will write it as x, capital X. And this is the column matrix of the variables. Suppose it is a 2 variable equation, so variables are x and y. So x is a column matrix of the variables. So what is x? It is column matrix of variables. Variables. What are variables? X and y. And third one is matrix is represented by B, and this is a column matrix of the constant coefficients, like C1 and C2 are the constant coefficients in this. So it is column matrix of constant terms. Now if I express this as A into X equal to B, you will get these two equations. If I write it as A into X is equal to B, suppose I write it as A is A1, A2, B1, B2, X is XY equal to C1, C2. You multiply these two matrices and then equate this with this, you are going to get these two equations again. Okay, we will again have these two equations. So this is the method how to express a 2 variable equation in terms of the matrix. Now how to solve it further, you just see. Same procedure we'll use in case of 3 variable equations. So I will tell you how to express 3 variable equations in terms of the matrix. Now to get the value of x and y, solving equations means to get the value of small x and small y. So what we have to do, we know that ax is equal to b is the matrix representation of these two equations. So we multiply by a inverse both the sides. So we'll have a inverse into a, x is equal to a inverse into b. Now we know that a inverse into a is identity matrix. So we'll write it as identity matrix into x is equal to a inverse into b. We know that identity matrix into any matrix is equal to that matrix only. So x is equal to a inverse into b. So what is a inverse? We know that a inverse is actually adjoint of A divided by determinant of A. So X is actually equal to adjoint of A into B divided by determinant of A. This is the solution of these equations. We will calculate adjoint of A into B. We will divide it by determinant of A and we will equate this with the matrix X. So guys, you know already how to calculate adjoint of A. In previous section, I have covered it how to calculate adjoint of A. Then how to calculate adjoint of A into B. And then how to calculate determinant of A. As we can calculate these things, then we can calculate the product of these two. We can divide that by determinant of A. So we can easily calculate the value of the matrix X. Practical question I will explain you later. But this is the method to find the value of variables X, Y, Z. Now the question of consistency and inconsistency arises. So I will explain this topic briefly. What's the meaning of consistency and inconsistency? As we know that X is equal to, whether it is a 2 into 2 matrix or 3 into 3 matrix, X is equal to adjoint of A into B divided by determinant of A. So you all know if this denominator is 0, it means it is not defined. As simple as denominator is 0 means it is a singular matrix. So what will happen? First one case, if determinant of A is equal to 0, the system is called inconsistent. System is inconsistent. Now you will ask what to do next. Nothing. You simply write as system is inconsistent, so we'll have no solutions. No solutions. You have to find the solutions only when it is consistent. When determinant of A is 0, this matrix is also known as singular matrix. So if it is a singular matrix, then we can't find any solution. Like in 10th class, you also do 3 cases: unique solution, infinitely many solutions, and no solutions. So this is the case of no solutions. Second one case, if determinant of A is equal to 0, but to declare it inconsistent, we will also check one more thing: if adjoint of A into B is non-zero. Okay, the total statement. Earlier I stated that was a half statement. Determinant of A is 0 and adjoint of A into B is non-zero, then it is inconsistent. If both these two conditions are there, then system is inconsistent. And if this is case A, when determinant of A is 0, but adjoint of A into B is not equal to 0, then it is inconsistent B. In the same case, if adjoint of A into B is also 0, so what will happen in that case? Your numerator is 0 and denominator is also 0. So now you can't say it is not defined. When both numerator and denominator are 0, you can't say it is not defined. In this case, it will have infinitely many solutions. Infinite solutions. It is consistent with infinite solutions. It is consistent with infinite solution. Consistent with infinite solutions. If determinant of A is 0, to decide whether system is consistent or inconsistent, we have to find adjoint of A into B. We already know how to find adjoint of A. And now your fate of this equation will depend upon whether adjoint of A into B is 0 or it is non-zero. Suppose adjoint of A into B is non-zero. So means numerator is non-zero and denominator is 0. You can understand also, this is the reasoning behind that. If numerator is non-zero and denominator is 0, means it is inconsistent, not defined. But if numerator is also 0, adjoint of A into B is also 0, then it will be 0 by 0 form. In that case, it will be consistent with infinite solutions. So guys, what to do if determinant of A is equal to 0? In that case, before deciding whether system is consistent or inconsistent, you have to find adjoint of A into B. If adjoint of A into B equal to 0, then it is consistent with infinite solutions. Although this portion is not in your syllabus, you need not to find the solutions. Earlier it was there, but currently infinite solutions questions are not in your syllabus. Even it was not there in 2019 and it will not be there in 2021 also. Second case, if determinant of A is not equal to 0, means it is a non-singular matrix, non-singular. So determinant of A, so first of all we will calculate determinant of A. If it is not equal to 0, non-singular matrix, then it is consistent with unique solution. It is not only consistent, but it is consistent with unique solution. Unique solution mean we'll get only one value of x and y as solution. So in most of the cases and for 2021 exam, only this will be there. Okay, there is no consistency and inconsistency questions will be asked in 2021. Whatever system of equations will be given, it will be already consistent. So what is the consistency? If determinant of A is not equal to 0, it is consistency. Now I will give you the steps how to solve. As I explained you what is matrix A. What is matrix A? I explained. It is a matrix of the coefficients of x, y, z. If it is 3 into 3, then also it will be same. What is x? Then it is a column matrix of the variables. In 3 into 3, it will be one more element will be there, that is x, y, z. What is B? It is the matrix of the constant terms. And then we will write it as Ax equal to B and Ax will be equal to A inverse into B. Finally, you can write directly. You have to write in all the question these all the things. While solving the system of equation, you have to write all these things. Alright, whether it is a 2 into 2 or 3 into 3. Now how to solve them, that I will explain you. Steps to solve 2 and 3 variable equations. So first step, find A. What is a matrix of coefficients of x, y and z. Of x, y and z. First of all, you find A. Second step, x. X is a column matrix of x, y, z. Always. Third step, find B. What is B? If it is a two variable equation, then it will be a column matrix of x and y. B is the matrix of the column matrix of the constant coefficients. If it is a two variable, there will be C1, C2 only, and if it is a three variable, there will be 3 rows. Fourth one, x will be equal to A inverse into B. X is A inverse into B. So now how to find it? It is equal to adjoint of A into B divided by determinant of A. So to find it, what are the steps? Step number A. First of all, find determinant of A. Okay. So in determinant of A, there are two possibilities. A is not equal to 0. Move ahead. If A is 0, stop. Okay, infinite solution you need not to solve. If A is not equal to 0, it means your system is consistent with unique solutions, and only those questions you have to calculate in which system is consistent with the unique solution. So if determinant of A is not equal to 0, system is consistent with unique solution. So first of all, you have to find the determinant of A. First of all, you have to find determinant of A. Alright. So by determinant of A, you will know whether system is consistent or not. So first we will find determinant of A. Naturally, you have to find this x, and x is equal to A inverse into B. So first of all, we will find determinant of A. Second step, we will find adjoint of A. Second step, we will find adjoint of A. So find adjoint of A. It is your step number B of this fourth. find adjoint of A. That I have already explained. What is adjoint of A? It is transpose of cofactor matrix. Transpose of cofactor matrix. So in previous exercise, previous class, I explained how to find adjoint of A. C. Find adjoint of A into B. You already have B, so now you find adjoint of A into B. That is C. And D step. Find adjoint of A into B divided by determinant of A. And last step E. Equate X to adjoint of A into B divided by determinant of A, and keep in mind this is a column matrix. This will be also a column matrix. Adjoint of A into B you will get, it will be a column matrix. Will be a column matrix. Now guys, I will explain one question based on this, and only on the basis of that question you will be able to do all the questions related to this type of problem. Okay, in a separate video I will also explain the solutions. Okay, solutions of this chapter. Now come to a question solving the system of linear equation using matrix method. System of linear equations using matrix method. Your exercise 4.6 is there. So I'm just taking one of the questions. So 3 into 3 variable. You can also take 2 into 2 variable. Method is similar. So I am taking question number 13 from NCERT. It is 2x plus 3y plus 3z equal to 5. Follow my steps carefully. If you will follow these steps, I have written everything. You will be able to do these questions without any difficulty. These all are very simple questions. Okay, only take help from this video. You will be able to solve all such type of question, means your 6 marks are sure. So now what to do? As I explained, my first step is find A. So what is A? It is the matrix of the coefficient of x, y and z. So in first equation I have taken the coefficient. Now in second equation coefficient of x, y, z. Now in third equation coefficients of x, y, z. So I got the value of matrix A. The second will be the matrix X, that is the second step. It is a column matrix of variables. In this equation, 3 variables are there, so I will take column matrix of 3 variables. And third is a matrix B. It is a column matrix of the constant terms. These are called constant terms. So it is 5, minus 4 and 3. If I write it as Ax equal to B, I will re-obtain all the 3 equations. So now this is the matrix representation of the system of linear equations. Now x will be equal to, we can directly write it as I explained you earlier, it will be A inverse into B. X equal to A inverse into B, and that is actually adjoint of A into B divided by determinant of A. That is the next step. Now, first of all, I will calculate determinant of A. First of all, I will calculate determinant of A. So from this you calculate determinant of A. So I am writing the steps. It is 2 into minus 2, minus 1, 1 and minus 2, minus 3 into, I am expanding with respect to first row. It is 1, 1, 1 and minus 2, 3 into 1, 1, 1 and minus 2, then plus 3. This element, it will be 1, 1, minus 2, minus 1. So it comes out to be 2 into 4 plus 1, minus 3 into minus 2 minus 1, plus 3 into minus 1 plus 2. You will calculate this. Okay, I will calculate this on the next page. So Just take it. It is 2 into 5 minus 3 into minus 3 plus 3 into 1. So it is equal to 10 plus 9 plus 3, and it comes out to be 22, which is not equal to 0. Okay, our next step will depend whether the value of determinant is 0 or not equal to 0. If it is 0 in any case, we will say that system is, we have to calculate the adjoint of A into B. If adjoint of A into B is not 0, then we will say system is inconsistent. And we'll calculate adjoint of A into B. If it is 0, then we'll say it is consistent with infinitely many solutions. But we need not to calculate the solutions in that case. That is beyond your syllabus. So in most of the case, for this year you will get it is not equal to 0 only. Okay, means system is consistent with unique solution. Need not to write it because we will not ask about consistency. But you can say it is in this case consistent. Now it is consistent, we have declared, so now we have to find the solution. That will be our next step. So to get the solution, first of all, you will find the adjoint of A. Adjoint of A. So adjoint of A, as I explained you, plus minus plus minus plus minus plus minus plus. This will be my method to find the adjoint of A. It will be the actually transpose of the cofactor matrix. So I will already mention it as it is A11. I have taken transpose. It is A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. Already taken transpose because the cofactors of first row are A11, A12, A13. I have made it as first column. So now I will calculate A11. A11 from this matrix is given. It is A11. So that will be equal to positive, or positive sign I will pick from here. Positive of what? It will be minus 2, minus 1, 1 and minus 2. You just multiply it. It will be 4 plus 1, that is equal to 5. Now I will calculate A12. A12 will be negative. This element. A12 is negative. So it is negative of what? It is 1, 1, 1 and minus 2. So we will get it is negative of minus 2 minus 1, that is equal to again plus 3. Now I will calculate A13. So A13 will be equal to, it is again positive. Positive of what? It is 1, 1 minus 2 minus 1. So that is equal to minus 1 plus 2, and it is equal to 1. Then I will calculate A21. So A21 is again negative. Negative of 3 minus 1, and it is 3 minus 2. I have taken 3 minus 1 and 3 minus 2. So it comes out to be minus 6 plus 3. Negative sign is there in front of this. So it will be 3 only. There may be A22. It is equal to plus this 2, this 1, 3 and minus 2. This plus sign I have picked from here. Or you can say A22, sum of these two is positive. So we can do in that way also. So A22 is actually equal to, it is minus 4 minus 3 and it comes out to be minus 7. Now you come to the A23. So A23 will be negative. 2 and 3 is odd. Sum of 2 and 3 is odd. Otherwise from this also you can get it will be negative. A23 is negative. This is A23. So negative of what? It is 2, 1, 3 and minus 1. So just multiply it. It is negative of minus 2 minus 3. So that will be plus 5. Now I will come to A31. A31 is this element. So its cofactor will be positive. Positive of what? It is 3 minus 2 and 3, 1. You leave this row and this column. That I have already explained. So I am not giving time to that. So it will be 9. Then we will calculate A32. So A32 will be negative of what? This is A32 negative of 2, 1, 3, 1. So it is negative of 2 minus 3. So that is also equal to plus 1. And at last it will be A33. A33 will be positive. Positive of what? It is 2, 1, 3 and minus 2. So it will be minus 4, minus 3, that is equal to minus 7. So now we have all the cofactors. You replace all the cofactors in this to get the adjoint of A into B. So now I will calculate adjoint of A first. So adjoint of A, I am replacing all these values. A11 is 5. A12 is 3. This is 1, 3, minus 7, 5, 9, 1 and minus 7. That is adjoint of A. Now my next step will be to find adjoint of A into B. So B is actually 5 minus 4 and 3. So now I will calculate adjoint of A into B. That will be my next step. So I will find adjoint of A into B. Alright. So adjoint of A into B. Adjoint of A is 5, 3, 1. 3 minus 7, 5. 9, 1 minus 7. And B is actually, it is 5 minus 4 and 3. So we'll multiply these two. So it is 25 minus 12 plus 27. That is the first element. Then it is 15 plus 28 plus 3. Second row and corresponding element of this column. Then we'll take third row and corresponding elements of this column. So 1 into 5 is 5. 5 into minus 4 is minus 20. Minus 7 into 3 is minus 21. So it is equal to 40, 46, 36, minus 36. That we got adjoint of A into B. You can check some calculation, if some calculations errors are there, possibilities there. Okay, so you can check it, but method is same. So we got it is equal to 40, 46 minus 36. Now you get adjoint of A into B. A into B divided by determinant of A. So the value of determinant of A is 22. Value of determinant of A is 22. So it is 1 upon 22 of 40, 46 minus 36. That would be equal to X. X is equal to adjoint of A into B divided by determinant of A. So what is X? X is actually XYZ. So XYZ is equal to 1 upon 22, 40 upon 46 minus 36, and that is nothing but 40 upon 22, 46 upon 22 and minus 36 upon 22. Equate both these two matrices, you will have X equal to, small x equal to 40 upon 22, Y equal to 46 upon 22 and Z equal to minus 36 upon 22, and that will be the answer. This is the answer. So guys, this is the method to solve the system of linear equations. System of linear equations using the matrix method. So hopefully it will help you. Try to watch it again. If some calculation mistakes are there, you can correct it, but you have to follow this one particular method. It is quite simple. I am again repeating the same thing as I explained to find how to find the solution of system of linear equations using the matrix method. So to find the solution of system of linear equations using matrix method, we'll follow these steps. So what are the steps? First of all, we'll write the matrix A, we'll write the matrix X, we'll write the matrix B, and then we'll write X equal to A inverse into B. First of all, we'll calculate the determinant of A, then we'll calculate adjoint of A, then we will calculate adjoint of A into B. Find adjoint of A into B divided by determinant of A. Now equate this with the x is equal to adjoint of A into B divided by determinant of A. Follow these steps. You will get your answer. There is no complication in all these questions. Some different type of problems are there. Those problems we'll discuss in the solution of NCERT in a separate video. So hopefully you understood the concept, and in case of any doubts, you can again ask me. Thank you.